Guys, just hearing that, you know, Zerbi seems favourite to get the Spurs job. Personally, you know, I'm an Arsenal boy, so it doesn't make any difference to me. I still think that what they should be doing is getting a blasted old Spurs man in. Get Spurs people in who know the club. That's what I think, you know, Glenn Hoddle or Redknapp. But Zerbi, you know, seems to be there. He's the favourite. So, you know what, I just thought I'd look in the background and see, is all the hype, you know, that's going on about him and been made about him over the last few years absolutely spot on? You know, we all remember sort of his Brighton days and think, yeah, he plays great football, it looks good football. But hold on, just guys, look this up. I've just looked up at his managerial sort of career. You know, it started, you know, back in 2016 with, you know, a Serie C team called Foggia, and he won the Super Cup, the Serie C. So all that is the cup for that league, third tier level cup, and he got to the playoffs. But did he win it? No, he didn't get the playoffs. He didn't get promotion, and he left after an argument with the board, with a dispute. So he didn't stay there. What did he do there? He didn't. And in fact, the season afterwards, they got absolute automatic promotion without him. So he got them to the playoffs, didn't get there, but he won this cup, which is just for their league. Very good, thank you. But nothing great, is it? He didn't get them promoted and then left. After that, what did he do? He went there to Palermo, a Serie A side. So, you know, they've looked at this bloke, they've seen that he plays good football, nearly got promotion, then he left after a dispute. So Serie A side took him over. He was sacked within 13 games. They lost 7 games on the trot. Bang. But apparently he was playing brilliant football. They played great football. Yeah, of course they played great football. You lose 7 on the trot and, you know, 13 games. But then again, what did he then do? He went straight to a team called Benvenuto, okay, who were in Serie A. They were struggling. What happened to them? They got relegated under him as well, went bang down to Serie B. So he's not been successful there. What did he do then? He went to a team called Sassuolo, you know, 2017 in Serie A. Yep, he got their highest place ever. They came 8th under him. He had a decent 2-year period with them. Didn't win nothing, you know, didn't win nothing. And from where does he go to there? Then he goes to Shakhtar Donetsk. And what did he do there? He won the Ukrainian Super Cup. What is that? That's the equivalent of our Charity Shield, guys. The equivalent of our Charity Shield. But the Ukrainian Super Cup is a cup between 2 teams. That's what he won. And then, okay, it was unfortunate, you know, the war hit and, you know, the league was suspended. Top of the league at the time, but it didn't win anything. What's he done? He then gets a job at Brighton because Brighton they're very clever at getting managed. Brighton took him. He came in after Graham Potter. And Graham Potter, all the hype and that, but he absolutely did brilliantly at Brighton, built that team up. And what did he do? He came in, took Graham Potter's side over, which was a good team, and they came 6th in the league, highest position ever, and got to the Europa Cup. But the season after that, under him, they came 11th. They started dropping. They weren't playing as well. So all of a sudden, he's not playing as well. What does he do then? He goes to Marseille. And what happens in Marseille after a couple of years? After a couple of years, he left after mutual consent. Why? Because the league results were starting to falter. Yeah, they lost 5-0 to PSG, which wasn't very helpful to him. But hold on, his career, he's not done anything. All we've got, and when you read it, they keep saying, but he played some good football. He's really great football. Looks like a good coach. What is the use in being a good coach? So Spurs, guys, there's no way I'd be happy getting him. He doesn't seem to me to be a winner. You need somebody to come in and go wham, bam, straight away. You know, I think he talks the talk, but he's not walked the walk so far. What is this, all these paper talk about how brilliant he is? When you look at it, I don't see it. And that's, I'm not knocking. I think Spurs need to get Redknapp and Hoddle with some youngsters underneath them. That's my theme. Zerbi, I don't think is the right man, and they're the reasons why. Football Chat Uncensored, Reno talking.